There's a reason you found this message today. Something deep inside you has been calling out, looking for a sign, needing help. And maybe you've been asking questions like, why does it feel like I'm carrying everything on my own? Or, is anyone really listening? The truth is, there is a source greater than you, greater than anything you face, that's been waiting for you to speak. Most people think asking for help from a higher power has to be complicated. They imagine long prayers, strict rules, or some kind of spiritual performance. But the most powerful connection isn't about fancy words or rituals. It's about honesty. It's about opening your heart and calling out with real trust. And when you do, the help you need begins to come. There's something magical, something sacred about saying certain words out loud, especially when those words come from your soul. When you speak with belief, when you speak with faith, it's like a door opens, energy shifts. Your cry doesn't go unnoticed. You don't have to do this alone anymore. That burden you've been carrying, you can lay it down. Imagine saying something simple every day, just a few words, and over time, those words start to move the world around you. You begin to feel peace in your mind. Your days become lighter. You start noticing that things fall into place more often. This isn't a dream, it's the truth. And all it takes is a few words, repeated with faith, said from your heart. People don't talk enough about this, but you need to hear it now. You can speak to your source. You can call on it, and it will answer. Not always in the way you expect, not always on your timing, but it always responds. When you speak from a place of surrender and trust, you tap into something that goes beyond logic. You touch the spiritual part of life, the part that moves mountains, opens doors, and softens hearts. There is a phrase you can say, a simple sentence, and if you repeat it daily, if you speak it out loud 100 times a day, it will start to break down the walls around your life. This is not superstition. This is the power of focused intention and spiritual connection. It works, not because the phrase is magic, but because your belief, your repetition, your willingness to open the door is what lets the divine in. Right now, in this moment, you can choose to believe. You can decide that you're no longer going to struggle in silence. You can choose to speak to your source, to your creator, to the universe, to God, and say, "Help me." And the more you say it, the more you invite something beautiful into your world. When life gets heavy, most people go quiet. They pull back. They try to carry everything alone. They believe asking for help makes them weak, so they stay in the dark, struggling, stuck in their thoughts. They wait for something to magically change without ever opening their mouth. But here's the truth. Silence can be a cage, and not asking can cost you peace, clarity, and growth. If you don't speak to your source cannot guide you. It's like standing outside your own house with the key in your hand, but refusing to open the door. Help is there, support is there, love is there, but you have to knock. You have to ask. That's how it works. Life isn't designed for you to do everything alone. Without asking for divine help, we stay trapped in cycles of confusion, cycles of fear. We keep facing the same battles, repeating the same stories, wondering why nothing changes. But what if the only thing missing is your voice? What if all you had to do was speak and mean it, and the energy around you would begin to move? We don't always realize the power of our words, especially when those words are spoken in faith. You can feel lost for years, and one moment of surrender, one moment where you simply say, "Source, guide me," can start a shift. But if you never say it, you stay where you are. You stay in the loop of trying harder, thinking harder, fixing things by yourself. Think of how much suffering comes from silence, from pride, from thinking we have to earn the right to be helped. But you were born worthy. You don't have to prove anything. You don't have to be perfect. You just have to ask. That's the beauty of it. Your source isn't waiting for you to become flawless. It's just waiting for you to be honest. And here's what many people don't understand. When you don't ask, you're still speaking. You're saying, I can handle this alone. And the universe listens. It respects your will. It gives you more to carry, more to prove, more to solve, because you haven't surrendered. That's why things keep feeling hard. That's why your prayers feel like they bounce off the ceiling. But the moment you open your mouth and speak with faith, the game changes. You shift from resistance to flow, from burden to partnership. You no longer have to figure everything out, because now you've invited help that sees farther than you can, knows more than you do, and loves deeper than you've ever felt. This is why saying it out loud matters. You send a signal, not just to the universe, but to your own spirit. You remind yourself that you are not powerless. You are connected. You are supported. But only if you open your mouth. If you don't call, you stay stuck. If you don't ask, you keep walking in circles. Your words are keys. Use them. Call on your source. Call daily. Call clearly. Don't whisper when you're meant to declare. Speak boldly. Say it with heart. Say it with faith. And keep saying it until the walls fall and the light comes in. To call on your source is not a sign of weakness. It is a sign of wisdom. It is the moment you stop depending only on yourself and open the door to the one who sees the full picture. When you call on Source, you are not just asking for help. You are stepping into a partnership with the divine. Source is not far away. It's not hiding in the clouds or locked behind religious rules. Source is within you, around you, always listening, always available. But just like any relationship, it must be nurtured. It must be acknowledged. The same way you would not expect a friendship to grow without words, you cannot expect divine guidance without communication. Speaking to your source creates a bridge between the spiritual and the physical. It's like tuning a radio. The frequency is always there, but you have to turn the dial. You have to speak the words. And when you do, you align your heart with the frequency of divine support. That's when things begin to happen. Doors open, clarity comes, strength rises. You don't have to explain everything. You don't have to use perfect words. What matters is your sincerity. Just a few simple words, spoken with trust, can reach farther than the longest speech. You could say, Source, I trust you. Help me now. And those words, when repeated with belief, send out waves of spiritual energy that start to change your atmosphere. This isn't just positive thinking. This is spiritual practice. This is remembering who you are and who you're connected to. You are not here by accident. You are here because life has meaning. And when life gets hard, the source that created you is ready to lift you up, but you must invite that help. There's a reason the phrase "ask and you shall receive" exists across many spiritual traditions. It's not just a quote, it's a truth. When you ask, you open a channel. When you speak, you set something into motion. The words you say shape the life you live. And when your words are full of faith and surrender, they become tools of transformation. Some people wonder, but how do I know if the source is really listening? You know by the peace that follows. You know by the shift in your thoughts. You know by the feeling that you are not alone anymore. Even if nothing outside you changes right away, something inside you does. And that inner change is the seed of a new life. Calling on Source is not begging, it's not pleading. It's standing in your truth and declaring, I trust you. I open myself to divine help. And the more you say it, the stronger the connection becomes. Your heart begins to believe it. Your mind begins to trust it. Your energy begins to match it. And slowly, gently, your life begins to reflect it. Start with this. Say it once. Say it now. Source, I trust you. Help me now. Say it out loud. Let your ears hear it, let your heart feel it, then say it again and again. Do it 100 times a day. You don't have to do it perfectly. You just have to do it with faith. And in time, you will see for yourself. Calling on your source changes everything. There is something deeply powerful about repeating a truth out loud, again and again, until your whole being begins to believe it. At first, it might feel strange. You may feel like you're just saying words. But with time, those words start to take root. They begin to grow inside your spirit. That's the power of repetition. In the spiritual world, repetition is not about forcing something. It's about aligning yourself with something greater. Every time you repeat a phrase with belief, you're building a bridge between the seen and the unseen. You're training your mind, your heart, and your soul to trust in a truth that's bigger than your current situation. Our minds are full of noise, thoughts from yesterday, fears from the past, worries about tomorrow. But when you repeat a phrase that's full of light, that noise begins to quiet down. It's like tuning your soul into a higher signal. You stop listening to doubt and you start listening to peace. You stop feeding fear and you start feeding faith. When you say the same thing over and over, especially something full of trust like, "Source, I trust you, help me now," you're not just speaking to the universe, you're speaking to yourself. You're reminding your inner self of the truth. And the more you repeat it, the more that truth becomes part of who you are. The world is full of repeated messages that try to shape us. Ads, news, opinions, repeated again and again. And most of it fills us with stress, fear, or doubt. But you can choose what you repeat. You can decide to feed your soul with words of power, with words that heal, with words that connect you to your source. Spiritual repetition is not mindless. It is mindful. It is intentional. When you speak words of truth from your heart, even if your mind doesn't fully understand them yet, something begins to shift. It's like planting seeds. You don't see the tree on the first day, but give it time, water it daily, and it will grow strong and beautiful. That's why saying it 100 times matters. It's not about hitting a number. It's about soaking your mind and spirit in the energy of those words. Every repetition is like one more step toward a new way of thinking, a new way of feeling, a new way of living. And don't worry if it feels mechanical at first. That's normal. Just keep going. Your heart will catch up. Your spirit will awaken. Soon you'll begin to feel the difference. You'll feel stronger, lighter, more connected. You'll sense the presence of your source walking with you through the day. This is how change begins, not with loud voices or big events, but with quiet, steady repetition, with whispered truth, with faith spoken again and again until your world begins to mirror it back. That is the spiritual power of repetition. And that is why saying these words every day can lead you to a life of deeper peace and divine support. Something changes when you make asking a daily habit. It's like you wake up your relationship with the divine. You begin to notice small things first. A little more peace in the morning, a clearer mind when making decisions, a quiet strength you didn't have before. These are not accidents. These are signs that your source is answering. You may have asked for help before, once or twice, and nothing seemed to happen. But just like watering a plant doesn't bring fruit on the first day, asking once is not the same as asking daily. Daily asking is an act of faith. It tells your source, "I trust you even when I don't see it yet." And that kind of trust always brings results. It's easy to forget this. Life is fast. Things go wrong. We get busy and overwhelmed. But the ones who remember to ask every day are the ones who walk with peace, because they know they are not alone. They are not carrying life by themselves. They have a guide, a helper, a light. And this is not about asking for something new every day. It's about asking for presence, for guidance, for wisdom. You can say the same words, Source, I trust you. Help me now. And even if your situation doesn't change immediately, something inside you does. Your soul finds rest. Your fear begins to loosen its grip. Then something beautiful begins to happen. You start to notice help arriving. Maybe a new opportunity shows up. Maybe someone says exactly what you needed to hear. Maybe you avoid a mistake you didn't even see coming. That's the power of divine help. It comes quietly, it comes wisely, but it comes. Asking daily builds a relationship. It teaches your heart that you're not abandoned. It teaches your mind that you're not lost. It reminds your soul that you belong to something bigger. And when this becomes your way of life, your whole world starts to shift. People might say it's just coincidence, but you'll know better. You'll know that something inside you changed the moment you started to call out daily. You'll feel the difference in your choices, in your emotions, in your peace. That's the fruit of divine partnership. This is why it matters to keep asking, not out of desperation, but out of love and faith. Because your source doesn't get tired of hearing from you. Your source isn't ignoring you. Your source is responding in perfect timing, in ways you may not see yet. Daily asking keeps the door open. It keeps your spirit awake, and it keeps you aligned with the help that's always available to you. So don't stop. Don't hold back. Say it today. Say it tomorrow. Say it again and again until your life begins to echo the words you speak. Now that your heart is open and your spirit is listening, here is the phrase: Source, I trust you. Help me now. Guide my steps. I am ready. These words are simple, but don't let that fool you. They carry power. They are not magic. They are alignment. They are permission. They are surrender. And they are invitation. This phrase is a doorway. Every time you speak it, you step through it. Source, I trust you. These words release fear. They say, I don't need all the answers. I don't need to control everything. I choose to believe that you know the way. That alone is a powerful shift. Trust is the first key to letting go of anxiety and letting in peace. Help me now, not tomorrow, not when I'm stronger. Now this is a bold request. It tells your source that you are open, that you are willing to receive, that you are not ashamed to ask. It is one of the most honest prayers you can say. Guide my steps. This part invites direction. It's not just asking for a blessing, it's asking for a path. You are saying, show me the way. I'll walk if you lead. And when you truly mean that, you'll be surprised at how clear the next step becomes. I am ready. These are words of courage. They say, I'm not hiding anymore. I'm not waiting for everything to be perfect. I'm ready to walk, to learn, to grow. Your source responds to readiness. When you declare that you are ready, doors begin to open. Now say it again and again. Say it 100 times. Not to impress anyone, not to follow a rule, but to shift your energy, to flood your mind with truth, to teach your soul what it already knows, that you are never alone and help is always near. You can say it in the morning while getting ready. You can say it while driving or walking. You can whisper it before bed. You don't need a special place. You just need your voice and your heart. You might not feel a change on the first day. That's okay. Keep saying it. Repetition builds trust. It melts fear. It rewires your thoughts. The more you say it, the more you believe it. And the more you believe it, the more you begin to see it. This phrase is your anchor. In storms, in peace, in uncertainty, use it. Let it be your song. Let it be your breath. Speak it until it becomes part of your thinking, part of your spirit, part of your life. Source, I trust you. Help me now. Guide my steps. I am ready. Say it 100 times a day. Let it carry you into a new season of clarity, peace, and strength. Let it remind you every day you are never alone. After a few days of speaking the phrase, "Source, I trust you. Help me now. Guide my steps. I am ready," you'll begin to notice something shifting. It won't always be loud or dramatic, but it will be real. You might feel a little lighter. Your thoughts might feel less crowded. You might even catch yourself breathing a little deeper than usual. This change begins inside. It may not look like anything has changed on the outside yet, but inside, you are starting to move from fear to trust, from stress to peace. And that shift is powerful. That's the beginning of transformation. People often expect change to be instant, but just like a seed planted in the soil, the first growth happens beneath the surface. The roots grow first. The foundation is laid in silence. That's what these words are doing for you. They're forming new roots, roots of faith, peace, and spiritual connection. You may also notice little signs along the way. Maybe someone unexpectedly encourages you. Maybe something you were confused about becomes clear. Or maybe you simply feel more confident handling things that used to overwhelm you. These are not small things. These are your answers starting to show. Be gentle with yourself in this process. You are not racing. You are building something lasting. This isn't about quick fixes. This is about deep healing, deep change. And that kind of transformation takes time, love, and consistency. It's also okay if you have days where it feels harder, days when you don't feel as strong or as connected. That doesn't mean the words aren't working. That just means your old patterns are trying to hold on. Keep speaking, keep trusting, even when it feels quiet, especially then. The more you say the phrase, the more you will believe it. And the more you believe it, the more your world will start to reflect that belief. Your energy will change, your choices will improve, your relationships will shift. Because when you change inside, the outside always follows. So expect change, expect calm, expect answers, expect guidance. It may not come the way you imagined, but it will come. Your source hears every word, every repetition is heard, and in divine timing, it all begins to unfold. The key to experiencing deep transformation through calling on your source is consistency. It's not about being perfect. It's about being steady, showing up every day with your voice and your faith, even when you don't feel like it, especially when you don't feel like it. One helpful way to stay consistent is to create a habit around your repetitions. Tie them to something you already do every day. For example, say the phrase while brushing your teeth. Say it while getting dressed. Say it while walking to work or making breakfast. Let it become part of your natural rhythm. You can also write it down. Put it on a note next to your bed, on your mirror, or on your phone's lock screen. Every time you see it, say it. Even once counts. Every word matters. Some people use a string of beads or a counter app to track their repetitions. That's helpful too. But even if you don't count exactly 100, just keep going. The goal is to stay connected, not to chase numbers. If you miss a day, don't be hard on yourself. Just start again. This is not about pressure. This is about presence. You're building a relationship, not following a rule. The more gentle and faithful you are with yourself, the more powerful the practice becomes. Also, consider turning this into a sacred time. Light a candle, take a few deep breaths, sit in silence for a moment before you begin. These small things can help your mind focus and your spirit open. Make this your time to reconnect, to surrender, to listen. If you ever feel like giving up, remind yourself why you started. Remind yourself how far you've come. Remind yourself that every time you speak, you are planting spiritual seeds that will grow into something beautiful. And the more you water those seeds with your voice and your belief, the more fruit you will see. Consistency is not about force, it's about love. Love for your own peace, love for your own healing, love for your future. Let that love guide you. Let that love help you show up daily, speak daily, and trust daily. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to keep going. Sometimes the hardest part of calling on your source is continuing to trust when you don't see anything changing. You've been saying the phrase, you've been showing up, and yet it feels like nothing is moving. This is when your faith is being built the most. The truth is, just because you don't see it doesn't mean nothing is happening. There is always something happening. In the background, in the silence, in ways your mind cannot measure. You are not being ignored. You are being prepared. It's like waiting for the sun to rise. Even when the sky is dark, the light is on its way, and the sun always comes. Your source is like that. Constant, reliable, always moving toward you. When you don't feel the answers, feel your faith instead. Trust the process. Trust the practice. Trust the one you are calling. Your words are not wasted. They are not empty. They are building something, creating something, aligning something. There will be days when you feel nothing. Speak anyway. There will be moments when doubt creeps in. Repeat the words louder. Source, I trust you. Help me now. Guide my steps. I am ready. Say it again and again until your heart remembers what your eyes cannot yet see. This journey is not about proving anything to your source. It's about reminding your soul that it is always connected. You don't need signs every day. You just need to keep walking in the direction of trust. And when the time is right, everything you've spoken will start showing up. The invisible is not empty. It's full of answers waiting to become visible. Your job is not to chase results. Your job is to stay aligned, stay faithful, keep your heart open, keep your voice active, keep your spirit grounded in belief. Because faith is not based on feelings. Faith is based on knowing that your source hears you, knowing that your voice matters, knowing that you are never alone. Trust this truth, hold on to it, and let it carry you forward. Now that you've learned the power of calling on your source daily, you are no longer the same. You've awakened something within you, a quiet strength, a steady hope, and a connection that cannot be broken. This journey doesn't end here. It begins now. Start where you are. No matter how broken or confused you feel, no matter how long you've struggled, no matter how far away peace seems, begin today. Speak the phrase, Source, I trust you. Help me now. Guide my steps. I am ready. Say it again and again. Let it be your anchor in the storm. These words are not just words, they are doors. Every time you speak them, you open another door to peace, to guidance, to love. Say them with honesty. Say them with faith. Say them when you're afraid. Say them when you're grateful. Say them always. As you do, you'll start to notice more light in your day, more hope in your heart, more help on your path. Not because life suddenly became easy, but because you chose not to walk it alone. You chose to call on the source that has always been with you. If this message touched something in your heart, let it grow. Keep it alive. Make it your daily practice. Make it your quiet strength. Make it your sacred rhythm. And if you know someone who needs this, share it with them. Pass on the words. Pass on the light. Before you go, take a moment to say the phrase out loud, one more time. Source, I trust you. Help me now. Guide my steps. I am ready. Say it, breathe it, believe it, then walk forward in peace, because help is already on the way.